Hello, traders. FS Speculator here. Today is Thursday and it is March 27th. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody's having a fairly good day. US dollar is a little bit of a sideways pattern right now. There's no doubt that this is some sort of a correction right here. And we do have a little bit of a higher low coming in right here, too. So I still think there is a chance that this is like a wave A right here. This is a wave B, and this could be a wave C. I am still very, very bearish on the higher time frames. Keep in mind that the very high time frames, I'm still very bearish the dollar, but I mean, I think this break of structure definitely proves that we have a significant turn that most likely is going to have to play out in at least some sort of a three-way pattern. I still think this move down here right here looks a little corrective, so we're going to have to keep an eye on it, definitely. If it turns into a big push to the downside, we definitely could see another big push. But yeah, that's the higher time frame analysis. The shorter time frames, I definitely am bullish for now. Especially if you go down to like the 2 hour time frame, that is definitely three waves right there. I mean, this is three waves down. This is like a classic flat pattern right here. The flat pattern is always supposed to be three waves, five waves, or maybe a WXY, but either way, one, two, three down, one, two, three up, a higher high, higher high, higher high. Potentially higher high could be a running flat. A running flat will be a higher high wave C. An expanding flat will make a lower high wave C. But when you see that 3-3 pattern and then potentially five down or three down, that is definitely a very, very clear LA wave pattern in the LA wave world. So, hey, Himintz, how's it going? Hey, Joseph, how you doing tonight? Chrissy, how you doing? Anthony, how's everybody doing tonight? Definitely put your request in the chats and first come, first serve. Definitely. I always like to start off looking at the dollar index because that's an extremely important analysis. Another thing that I could kind of start off looking at real quick, just so everybody can kind of understand. Anybody that knows my style of trading knows that the US dollar index literally tells me pretty much exactly what to do on all six of these dollar pairs, not including gold. And the JPY basket tells me what to do on all seven of these yen pairs, including the dollar yen. So for the most part, if any of these pairs right here that I'm basically trading, it's the JPY basket or it's the US dollar index that I'm really concerned about. Now, when you start getting into some of these more exotic pairs, then you're still going to use correlated pairs to help you with the analysis. That's why I have all my euro pairs grouped together, and then all my pound pairs grouped together, and then all my Aussie pairs grouped together. And if I'm looking at the Swiss, I definitely want to look at all the Swiss pairs together. But anyways, the JPY basket is an extremely important analysis for me. We definitely did have a break of structure. If this was really the end of a correction right here, then this is really a wave one and a wave two, and this is a wave three. I believe that almost definitely it would not have broken structure right there. It would have most likely been very impulsive, kind of like this big old giant push over here, and it would have not broken structure to the downside. So if the JPY basketball starts at the downside as it has, then that means that this is likely a 3-3 pattern. Now, a lot of times when you see 3-3, you can say, okay, well either an ABC or it's a like a ABC flat, like a 3-3-5 pattern, or it's a WXY. Well, a flat pattern, the wave B has to fit a certain characteristics for the wave A. This wave B is definitely not 90 or 105% of the wave A. So that's definitely not a wave B. Or it's not a 123, 138% Fibonacci of wave A. So that's definitely not a wave B. So it can't be a flat, which means there's a good chance it's probably going to turn into a three-way pattern, probably a WXY in my opinion. I think it's going to end up turning into three waves down for another ABC type pattern for a 333 because of the way this turned down and knowing simple, Fibonacci on top of LE wave analysis, we can determine that it's not a flat, which means that the only other real option is a WXY. So if it's a WXY, that should give us some very, very clear targets for literally every single one of these yen pairs. So that's good news. I think we got the yen pairs pretty well figured out. Dollar, definitely a few options. One thing I had to notice about the dollar real quick before I move on is that this is definitely five waves down on the dollar. Yeah, that was the JPY basket, the one I just looked at right here. So this is the JPY basket on the daily time frame. My target on the JPY basket is probably all the way down here, but I think it's going to be a WXY because it's three waves down, three waves up, so it should be three waves down again. So I do think that we are going to get probably some sort of a 1, 2, 3 structure down to either the 78 or the 100% Fibonacci extension for a WXY. So, anyways, yeah, Joseph, this has a lot to do with what you're saying, buddy. So, one thing I have to notice about the US dollar on the daily time frame is that it is five waves. If you'll notice that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down with a break of structure, so wave one, wave two, and then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down, wave three, break of structure, wave four, and you can't really see the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this time frame, but you can definitely tell that that's a trend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's definitely five waves. If it really is what it could possibly be on the very high time frames, this could possibly be a wave one of the five wave structure that I plan on seeing to the downside for the wave C. If it really is a wave one, then this dollar could literally do this over the next potentially couple months, going all the way up here and potentially breaking structure for a wave two, and then potentially going down for a wave three, a wave four, and a wave five. So this is one of my main possibilities for the US dollar. So Joseph, you potentially are very, very right about the euro dollar potentially going down for quite some time. If the dollar goes up and makes a wave too, the euro dollar definitely would be going down for quite a while. So you might be right. But only thing that I do know 100% right now is that this wave from here to here is complete. So from here to here, it's over. There's literally only two things that can happen now. We can get some sort of an Elliott wave correction, three wave type pattern or something up to a Fibonacci level, and then turn back down, which would be just a correction to this wave, or this would potentially go up and do a trade in reversal. A trend is supposed to be a fast moving market, but yeah, it is what it is. It don't matter. Like I said, I just trade with the flow anyways. I'm looking for shorts. I'm looking for shorts on the euro dollar. So I mean, who cares whether it does this? If it does that, I'm looking for shorts on the euro dollar, so it doesn't really matter to me. If it does this, then I'll stop looking for shorts on the euro dollar and I'll start looking for longs on the euro dollar. So I don't really care either way, honestly. I just follow the market. We just got to take it one step at a time, just follow along and just go one step at a time. So yeah, anyways, that's we have a couple options on the dollar. I think the JPY basket we definitely got figured out. So because of my analysis on the dollar, I'm expecting either a five wave very impulsive structure to the downside like that, which is definitely possible based on my US dollar analysis. Or possibly it's going to turn into some sort of an Elliott wave corrective pattern. It should be extremely obvious if it turns into an Elliott wave corrective pattern, because an Elliott wave corrective pattern is very overlapping. So if it turns into some overlapping looking thing, then yeah, it is definitely a correction and it's going to definitely continue up. But if it maintains momentum and doesn't make an overlapping pattern, but just trends down, then no problem. Now we have a break of structure. So now we have a break of structure. What are we doing on like the 1 hour time frame? I'm looking for sorts. We got to look for proper Elliott wave corrective patterns, but I'm definitely looking for sorts. 1, 2, 3 waves up. That's more of a five wave structure up, but five waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. This kind of looked like a 1, 2, 3 wave pattern today, but I think it's likely to go up and take out that high right there. I think that too many people think the euro dollar is going down in a big way, so it's probably gonna at least go up and take structure out. And then it probably will end up continuing the downtrend because I don't think this is over to the downside. I definitely don't think this move down is over yet. And one thing I was gonna say, originally I was thinking that this was an expanding ABC right here because we do see those a lot, but it definitely way overextended to be an ABC. It's not an ABC anymore. It's either an impulsive downtrend or it's possibly a three wave really, really, really overlapping pattern. So yeah, I'm definitely looking for something like that. So yeah, anyways, your dollar, I'm definitely bearish on the your dollar, 100%. Whether or not it's over or not is the question. Did it ever break structure on that sort of time frame? It never did break structure. It never did break any structure. I mean, yeah, you could have gone short today and made some pips for sure, but it kind of looks like it's going back up for now. I think it's going to go up and grab structure, but I think it is going to end up going down again. A bull case? Yeah, definitely. Oh, you mean a bolus for the yield dollar? Oh, on the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if we're going to make a cut into these last waves down, which would at least take us above this high right here. It might end up doing something like this before it goes down again. Even if it really is a wave one and a wave two, it potentially could make a pullback that would break structure before it would continue the downtrend in a big old giant wave three. Or the other option I still think is that potentially it's going to make an ABC just like the other pattern, but instead of continuing for wave three, it'll go down to like the 50, 60, 78% and then continue up. For a while, I was definitely looking at this as a possible ABC flat, but it really is not an ABC flat. It definitely doesn't fit the characteristics anymore of an ABC flat, unfortunately, because that's kind of what I was hoping it was originally. Yeah, damn, well, maybe I guess. It did turn at the 178. I thought it went way beyond that. Yeah, it kind of did turn at the right level. There's a possibility that it keeps going up. I thought it went way beyond the 178. But the fact that this is almost an equal high makes me think that it's not an expanding flat. I don't know. I don't think it's going to go down up. I think it's going to go down again. Let's see here. Aussie Kiwi was supposed to be the first one. Sorry about that, buddy. Yo dollar, yeah. Yo dollar is definitely always my favorite pair. Definitely. I love Yo dollar. When I worked a full-time job, I used to trade the living hell out of this pair, and I would use nothing but limit orders, and it was pretty much the only pair I traded. I would just literally just, if I thought the market was going down, I would just put a bunch of sell limit orders. If I thought the market was going up before I left for work, I would just put a bunch of buy limit orders. You'd be surprised how easy, how just stupid trading like that works. Imagine if like you get up in the morning and you're like, oh, okay, the trend's down. I'm gonna put some buy limit, sell limit, sell limit, sell limit, sell limit. You go to work, you come back, profit. The next day, sell limit, sell limit, sell limit. Oh, go to work, profit. Sell limit, sell limit, sell limit. Oh, profit. Sell limit, yep, profit. Sell limit, sell limit. So you get the point. You'd be surprised how often stupid trading like that, like stupid simple trading like that, actually works. I did it for a long time, just literally just doing that. Let's see, Aussie Kiwi. The Aussie Kiwi kind of looks like it turned on the higher time frames on the weekly. We just bounced from the 100% Fibonacci extension. So this could end up being three waves down. My initial thoughts were that the correction was over because this right here was a Fibonacci bounce from this move down. But when you think a correction is over, no matter what time frame you're on, whether it's a weekly or a 1 minute time frame, if you think a correction is over and it makes one, two, three waves down and an impulsive up, it's not over. It's still a correction and it's probably going to keep going up. If it was a one, two, three, it would have done something like this, made a nice little impulsive move down. And maybe it would have done one, two, three like that, but it would have maintained momentum, which I guess it still could because this weekly candle has not closed yet. And technically, the daily time frame is in a downtrend. We don't have a break of structure yet. So technically, we are in a downtrend on this pair still. So on the 4 hour time frame, we have impulsive up, counter move. It's either a wave A or wave one. We have a pullback. It's either a wave B or wave two. Now it's either going to go up and make a wave C, which would potentially go to a fib level and turn down, or it would potentially go up and break structure, proving that this really is the end of a wave C on the weekly time frame. If that's really the end of a wave C on the weekly time frame, then we would expect to eventually go up and take out all these highs. So definitely looking for that for sure. 100% looking for that. So, anyways, let's see here. Euro dollar, we got that. JPY basket, euro dollar, pound, Swiss yen. It's very clear to me that the yen pairs have made a turn. We got breaks of structure on, I think, all of them except for one now. Yeah, the Kiwi is still too weak. It still hasn't been able to break structure. But the Aussie did. The pound definitely did. The euro dollar broke structure a long time ago. The Swiss yen just broke structure today. The dollar yen has not broken structure, but it's extremely close to breaking structure, and I think it will break structure. So that pretty much means that the JPY analysis, the JPY basket analysis that we were doing, is almost definitely accurate, which means that we are likely in an uptrend on this. If you're not really familiar with early wave patterns, you're probably a little confused by this type of stuff. But if you spend a lot of time on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly, even if you're trading the 5 minute time frame, if you spend a lot of time on these time frames, you can almost always get an accurate early wave count. Or at least have maybe two different options for an early wave count. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense on this one, but this is definitely an expanding flat for wave A. This is definitely just a regular traditional ABC correction for wave B. Now we are likely in an uptrend, which will definitely have big pullbacks along the way for wave C, probably up to about the 78% or maybe even a little bit higher. I think that the first impulsive move down is definitely a wave A. I think this three-way pattern is almost definitely a wave B. And once this is over, it will go down and make a wave C before it continues the monthly time frame uptrend. So what does that mean? That means we're definitely looking for longs, but that also means that we have to be a little bit careful because at some point it should end the wave one. It doesn't have to do it now. It most likely will do it later, but it will probably make a big pullback for wave two at some point and then go up and make a big old giant wave three. It's in an uptrend, and I would definitely still be recommending longs, and it could potentially turn here, and it could turn pretty much anywhere. It could go up, it could turn now, make a wave two. The problem with wave ones and wave A's is if any of you have read the Proctor Frost Elliott Wave books, which for me is like the Bible of Elliott Wave, or the Gerald Sanders books, they both say that a wave one and a wave A is very hard to project because there's no Fibonacci relationship. So without Fibonacci relationships, it's very hard to project. But they both say that shortly after a break of structure is normally when a wave one will end. So now we have a break of structure. It could literally end at any point. I think it's likely to go up and take out the high right here, though. I think it's going to do something like this. And this will be like a wave three, and then a four, and then a five. And this is just a wave one of the much, much bigger uptrend. And then it will probably end up making a wave two, and then it will end up going up for a wave three. So I would expect something like that, definitely. So anyways, let's see here. That's what I'm expecting on that sort of time frames. Just looking for pullbacks, definitely. Sorry, I fell a little bit behind. Gold. Let's see, where we at? Where we at? Pound yen. Definitely an uptrend. Literally the same story as what we just looked at, honestly. Oh yeah. We got yen news tonight. We got CPI for the yen this evening. It's actually at 11:30 UK time, so it's really not that late for the UK or the Europe to watch that news. They're saying that inflation is not up. They're forecasting that it's going to stay 2.2, which is what it was last time. So if it comes out 2.2, then it might not be that big of a market move. It might not do a whole heck of a lot. But if it comes out different than what they forecast, that's when you're likely to see a pretty decent move. Oh, and then tomorrow we do have a little bit of news. We got PCE news. We got Canadian GDP tomorrow, and we got retail sales first thing in the morning for the pound. And then next week should be a really big week because not only is it non-farm payroll week, next Friday is non-farm payroll, but we also have some pretty decent news, including IMS manufacturing. That's normally a really good news event. We got Lagarde speaking one day, which Lagarde definitely can move the market. We got interest rate for the Aussie next week, which is definitely a good one. And April 2nd is supposed to be when the due date for the inflation, the tariffs for Canada and Mexico and some other countries are due. Yesterday he was talking about the auto tariffs, and next Tuesday is the due date for the rest of the tariffs that he's been talking about. Oh, you're stuck in a sword on the pound yen? The trend was down, I do not admit, but because of the JPY basket, we actually had confirmation that this was going down quite a while ago. If you tune into my live streams, I can check this out for you any day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But ever since we kind of had a hint of this before, but ever since March 17th at the latest, we knew that the yen was going up in a bigger way. So right around March 17th is when I knew that the yen was going up in a bigger way. So ever since then, I've been saying that we should primarily be on the long side. So before, so I think I never recommend holding on to a bad trade because this could be a 1, 2, 3, and it literally could go up and make a wave three, wave four, and wave five. It kind of looks like that, honestly. The best thing to do with a bad trade is to cut that thing right away. Now you might get lucky; they might pull back because we just broke structure today, right? So we just got to break a structure, and a lot of times when you get a break a structure, it will pull back afterwards. So you might get lucky. I really don't even want to say this because then you're going to end up holding on to a trade that's just going to keep going up. But you might get lucky because we had a break of structure, and because of that break of structure, a lot of people are going to be selling, and maybe you'll get a pullback. Maybe like that wave one, wave two. But this one kind of looks like it already made a wave one and a wave two. We might already be in that wave three. So that means that pullbacks are probably going to be small. They're all going to make higher lows, and just keep on going. So you're definitely probably going to get a pullback. You're probably going to retest structure. Maybe these tops right here will become a bottom or something. But the trend is up, and I think it's a wave three. Definitely think it's a wave three. Let's see here. Gold. Gold definitely rallied more than I thought it was going to. Obviously, the wave four is over, but man, yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be over, does it? This wave two had a spike up that took out the previous highs too, so I guess it doesn't have to be over. No problem, Anthony. Stop in any Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the same time, 6 p.m. GMT UK time. I do these live streams every weekday, except for Monday. Maybe it really is still a wave B because, man, it really looks like it should be. It looks like a downtrend. It still looks to me like three waves up, so it still could be a wave A and a wave B. I really don't want to recommend shorts because I still think it's going to end up hitting this level, but I still think it needs to make a more pronounced correction like what happened for the wave two, wave one, wave two, wave three. Thanks a lot, Anthony. Yeah, anytime you want to stop in, throw a request in. It's first come, first serve, and usually I have time to get to everybody's request anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But definitely stop in for sure. Definitely check out my Discord channel if you haven't done so already. It is 100% free to join. You do not ever have to pay a dime on my Discord channel. Please be careful of scammers, people pretending to be me, though. It's pretty ridiculous. Discord is getting pretty bad. So I will never contact you asking for money. If somebody pretending to me contacts you and asks for money, it's definitely not me. So be careful. But my Discord channel is 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime, ever. Boy, I don't know if I would even recommend shorts because this 278% is right here. On the daily time frame, it could just be a wave five. It probably is a wave five on the daily, isn't it? Definitely looks like a wave five. Definitely looks like a wave one, two, three, four, five. Unless this daily candle starts pulling back extremely dramatically before the market close. If this turns into a spike later on and it closes way down there, then yeah, it probably is still a wave four. But more than likely, it's a wave five, and it's just going to go up and hit that 278, 3070. As long as it continues that higher low, 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 there's really no reason to even care about going short, is there? I know that's not what people are going to want to hear, but that's definitely the truth. You could throw your Fibonacci. extension on there and see if it does end up turning. Come on. There we go. Good in there. Clean up my chart a little bit. So I have a special Fibonacci profile set for flats. A regular flat, like if this really was a wave B, then a regular flat would either turn at the 90 or the 100% Fibonacci extension of wave A. Well, it's actually Fibonacci retracement, either 90% retracement or 105% retracement. So if it does bounce off one of these levels and go down and break structure, then I probably would become bearish at that point, and I definitely would be looking for shorts at that point. You're not gonna miss out if you wait for the break of structure. I feel like a lot of people get FOMO in these type of situations. They're like, "Oh my God, he said it could be a way B. I better go short." If you wait patiently for it to bounce and break structure, then you could, after the structure break, you could just, even if you're not a short time frame trader, you could jump down to the 5-15 minute time frame and just get any little pullback you see and then ride that baby down. You're not gonna miss it if you wait for the confirmation. People really need to try to get tops and bottoms, and that's what causes most people to end up losing a lot of money. So don't be a top and bottom feeder. Hmm. So what is next? We did the pound yen. Let's see here. Where we at? Anybody else have any more requests? Definitely put them in the chats. I think I miss something? Yeah, I missed silver. Sorry about that. Yeah. Not silver. I missed the US dollar CAD, and I'm pretty sure somebody said silver also. US dollar CAD. I think we're back into an uptrend. Even though I don't know. I mean, I guess it's still debatable, but I think it's a wave A. I think it's a wave B on the shorter time phase. We should be making an uptrend. I think it should go up and take out the high wave A for a wave C. I still think it's a wave one, wave two based on the monthly and the weekly. So potentially this was the big wave A. And now this is all just corrective wave B. And potentially we are in an uptrend that's going to take out the high wave A for wave C. There should be plenty of pullbacks along the way, just like there was on this big old wave A over here. So don't be getting FOMO. Just get pullbacks as they come. Nice break of structure, higher low. That could have been an entry after the break of structure. After it bounces from a fib level, after you get a break of structure. Patience is so necessary in this business. Wait for the break of structure, wait for the Fibonacci bounce, then try to get in on higher lows, pullbacks. So I would definitely be looking for pullback entries to go long. Hopefully it makes a nice little pullback and shoots up again. Definitely seems like it's likely to do so. I think I missed silver. Oh, Rocky's here. Hey, Rocky, how's it going? Hopefully you caught my gold analysis. I fell a little bit behind on the chats. Let's see here. Where's everybody at? Yeah, silver breakout today. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let me check out silver. And if anybody else has any requests, definitely throw them in the chats. Be more than happy to look. I don't analyze silver on a regular basis. My target was the next Fibonacci level. I'm not sure if it hit that. It was right below 36, wasn't it? No, it did break out pretty good today. Oh yeah, there we go. I think silver's pretty clear what it is. It could go beyond the 61% too, honestly. My target for silver, you can watch this from months and months and months ago. My target is been to 61% for a very long time. How about Fibonacci extension? Does that line up with the 61? I'm pretty sure I've done this before, but no reason not to do it again. Oh yeah, look at that. 100% Fibonacci extension, 61% Fibonacci retracement. Nice little Fibonacci cluster right there. Kind of looks like a wave three still, but it definitely could be a wave four, wave five in there someplace. Like that could have been the wave three, and this could be a running wave four. And now we're already in the wave five. Honestly, it would probably make more sense if that was the case, because what I'm calling the wave two is a very traditional ABC. So if the wave two is a traditional ABC, then normally you would expect a complex pattern for the wave four, And in this case, it's a higher high wave B, higher high wave C, running flat. Another very common early wave pattern. But we definitely are in that. Yeah, I think that is what it is, isn't it? One, two, three waves down. Well, that's 5 waves up right there, though. So maybe not. One, two, three, four, five of three. So yeah, the wave three definitely ends right there. But that, boy, it looks too small to be a wave four. It is a higher low, so yeah, it definitely could still be a wave three. I don't see any breaker structure saying that there's a wave four in there anyplace. So it definitely could be a wave three. And it doesn't have to stop at this 61%, but that would definitely be my target. Very nice. That was one hell of a long if you're able to get it. Really nice long. So what was my target again? 35.24 roughly. Definitely should at least see some resistance there. Even if it doesn't stop there, we should at least see some resistance in that area. 35.24, 35.25. So definitely looking for pullback entries. Definitely holding on to longs. Oh, there's your entry right there. One, two, three waves down. Look at that. It's beautiful. That was your entry right there today. 3 waves down, impulsive up, breaker structure. Remember how I said that if you're patient, it pays? There was a breaker structure right here, and it gave you a couple chances to get in after a breaker structure. You could have got in right there, or you could have got in right there, or you could have got in right there, and you could have rolled that baby up. You wouldn't have missed anything if you hadn't got in right here at the bottom. So definitely looking for longs on that, huh? What's USD VCHV? Is that a cryptocurrency? I could definitely look. I just don't know what it is. Is that crypto? It sounds like crypto. I'm not a crypto guy, so I don't really know. But crypto definitely does respect Fibonacci levels. I didn't even notice how much the pound went up today. It did go up a lot, didn't it? But boy, that really looks like it's going to go down again. That looks like a flat right there too. The pound dollar definitely likes its flats. That totally looks like a flat right there. I bet that's going to go down to a lower fib level too. I almost definitely think this is an ABC correction. I think it's going to turn down probably tomorrow. I don't think it's going to do it tonight. Might get one more little push up. Let's see. No answer on the VCHF. Are you still there? I'll definitely look at it for you if you're still in the group. Let me check out oil first, and I'll wait for your response. It it's definitely not what I thought was going to happen, but boy, it's starting to look more and more like it's turning. So last time I had somebody ask me about oil, we were actually debating it in the group the other day in my Zoom meeting that I do every day, where we try to look for trades together and stuff. My membership. I threw my Fibonacci retracement on here because if this really is some sort of a flat, then if it's a regular flat, then the 90% would be your target. And it definitely turned at the 90%. And I just noticed that like yesterday when we were debating this. One, two, three wave up, one, two, three wave down, wave A. 90% fib should lead to a regular flat, and if it's a regular flat, it's not probably not going to hit that $100 target that I had. It's probably more likely going to hit maybe $95, 94 to $95, because that's if this definitely fits the characteristics of a regular, because the 90% is exactly where a regular should turn. I bet we're going to go up to someplace in the $95 range, maybe $96. Definitely looks like we're going up. I really need to see it break this structure to really confirm, but boy, it looks like it wants up. Hopefully it breaks that structure and confirms. Oh man, look at that. Jeez. A little bit of a stop hunt though. Look, one, two, three ways down. Right there probably would have been your entry. If you had your stop loss super tight, you definitely would have got stopped out. But boy, that was a perfect ABC except for that little spike out right there. That's why I'm not a big fan of using super tight stop losses. Even that right there is an ABC. Look, three waves up, impulsive down, and three waves up, impulsive down. This is a running ABC, impulsive down, three waves up, impulsive down. That's a running ABC. Impulsive down, higher high, impulsive corrective up, impulsive down. That's a expanding ABC. That's a bigger expanding ABC right there. Man, the oil is pretty nice, honestly. I kind of like it. I always say that about natural gas too. I kind of like natural gas too, even though I never really trade it. I just don't like some of the gaps it makes. These gaps scare me because, like, what if you like for some reason went long right here, and then your stop loss is right there, and then it gaps down to there, and you end up losing three times what you planned on losing. I don't really like that. That must have been the close of the market though. So I guess if you close it on Friday, then you won't have to worry about it. Just gotta not hold trades over the weekend. Yeah, that gap was on Friday too, so I just wouldn't hold this over the weekend, I guess. Yeah, I'll check that for you. I don't think that other guy is still in the chats. He must be gone. He put in a request and then he took off. If you're still here, I'll definitely look at it though. Man, looks like silver. It looks like natural gas is gonna make a run for this high, maybe even a little bit higher. Let's see here. No, it's been going up pretty decent, huh? I forget what I told you last time, honestly, because I don't look at this pair enough. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. Because this is definitely five ways up right here. This is definitely one, two, three waves down. That could be an end of a correction right there. This could be a wave one and a wave two, right? That's what I was saying last time, I think. Because that looks like three waves down right there. Five waves up, three waves down. Looks like the end of a correction. I don't really like that this is just one wave down though. But I don't know if this respects Elliott wave enough. No, no, it isn't one wave down. It's three waves down. Look, that's all one wave right there. There's a break and there's another wave. I would definitely keep an eye on my fib levels just in case, but boy, this could turn into a wave three and it could just go up. On the very high time phase, it definitely looks like it could be starting a wave three. Just the question is it going to try to make a three-way pattern first? I guess it could. Kind of almost seems more likely, like it's just going to turn into a wave three and go up and make new highs. Definitely seems likely. That's definitely my prediction. I know I only looked at the higher time phase mostly, but I feel like these type of things kind of hold and hope, aren't they? You kind of just hold and hope. You buy, hold and hope that it goes to the moon. You'll be a millionaire? Nice. Well, let me know if you are, because I probably won't look at this again. I won't look at it again unless you ask me to look at it, because it's not a pair I normally look at. But boy, let me know how it goes. I love to hear success stories. Definitely love to hear success stories. Nothing better than a good success story. I like to listen to like interviews of really successful traders and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a gold mining company. That's what you say. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go down. I bet that's gonna go up, especially with how high gold is. Man, gold mining companies are should be killing it right now with their margins must be really high right now because gold prices are so high. You know, if you're a gold mining company and you were getting a year ago, you were getting 2,500 an ounce or whatever it was a year ago. It was even lower than that, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, about 2,500 an ounce. Now you're getting $3,000 an ounce. I mean, that's a huge jump in your margins. Seems like gold mining companies will just shoot right up. Yeah, dollar yen. Hey, Gerald, how's it going, buddy? I do admit that I thought the dollar yen was going to go down. I was saying before that I thought this was an ABC up, but the big clue is if you watch my video today for this pair, you already know what I'm going to say. But I definitely probably would have taken that as a short right there because it was kind of a one, two, three wave up, and it definitely turned. So I definitely probably would have gone short right there. But I would have been watching this structure right here for confirmation, so I would have gone short up here. But then as it went down and then started to turn back up, when it made that impulsive move, I would have got out right there. I would have entered probably someplace around here, got out there with like a tiny, tiny profit or maybe break even. If it really was the end of a crescent, it would have blown right down through that structure because that's what happens. Like right here, that was the end of a crescent. What happened? It just was like, dude, don't think so. End of a crescent just blew right past it, you know? So when it's really the end of a crescent, it just blows right past structure like it's not even there. I definitely think we're going to go up and break this high right here. I'm very confident that this high is going to get taken out. So definitely looking for that. Especially if the dollar really does keep going up, which it seems like it probably will. I mean, there could be some more pullbacks. We are coming back up to the top of this channel that we got going. So we might see some more pullbacks. But I would definitely keep an eye out for longs, that's for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think so, Scott. I would have to agree with you. We got inflation data coming out tonight for the yen. It's at 11:30 p.m. GMT UK time, London time. I don't live in London. I don't live in the UK, but I do live in the same time zone as the UK. And yeah, look at that. It's at 11:30. If you're in New York, it's only 4 hour difference right now, so that's 7 o'clock, 7:30. By the way, Sunday, Europe and the UK are going to be changing their clocks to daylight savings time. So it's going to be 5 hours difference between London and New York. So if you're watching my live streams and videos and stuff like that from the US or someplace where they've already changed the clocks, it's going to be an hour. My videos and live streams and everything will come out an hour different than they were before because spring forward. So they should be. And if you're in the US, all this stuff will come out 1 hour later than it was before because my clocks, I live in Europe and my clocks change on Sunday, March 30th. So everything will come out 1 hour later starting then. Yeah, US dollar yen. Be interesting to see what happens with the news. Man, gold just keeps on going. Let's see, let's take a little browse around before. Dollar's kind of slow at the moment. I know Trump is signing executive orders tonight. I think he's doing it right around now, like 7 o'clock my time or something. But he signs executive orders almost every day, so that's not really too much of a surprise. Yen made a pretty decent move today, but unfortunately, the move on the yen started in the Asian session last night when everybody in the UK and Europe was probably still sleeping. But it was definitely a good move if you were available for it. US dollar CAD also made a really good push up today. A few people in my group are long on some CAD pairs and doing pretty good with it. Euro Swiss, it hasn't broken structure, so it's still technically down. It probably will though. Euro Pound is still down for now. Euro Aussie is making a move up. Could be a wave C of wave B. Euro Kiwi, same type of thing. Could be a wave C of wave B for an ABC correction. Uh, you, you definitely can do some time projections with the market. There's Fibonacci. There's several ways to project time in the market. I've never found some of them very useful. Some of them are really useful. Some of them aren't. I think this is going to go up and take out this high. I'll look at that in a second. I think we're going to go down again once it does that. So that's still bullish. Same thing on that. This will go up and take out those highs. Pound CAD has run a really nice mover. This is the one that a few people in the group are long on. Pound Swiss is like nothing. I wouldn't even trade that, honestly. Aussie CAD, I think it's gonna go down again. That's like a perfect five waves right there. One, two, three, four, five. A, B, C, down again. Aussie Swiss. I'm not a big fan of the Swiss pairs. They just range sometimes for too long. They make like big giant moves and then they'll range for like 2 weeks. And then they'll make like a big old push and then they'll range for like 2 weeks. Aussie Kiwi, I think is gonna make a long. Yeah, I know. It's kind of what it feels like on the Swiss pairs sometimes. Look at the they just go into a huge range sometimes. Look at the pound Swiss on the what time frame is it? It's roughly the daily if you zoom out. Look at this thing on the daily time frame when you zoomed out. It's like up, down, 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 down, and then it moves, and then it goes moves, and then it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. I'm like, yeah, right. That's not for me. I do trade it once in a while, but man, I hate pairs that range like that. Definitely. Cat Swiss isn't quite so bad for some reason, but it's still a little bit rangy. Definitely still a downtrend. I would be looking for longs on gold as long as it continues to make higher highs, higher lows. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. There's definitely no reason to go short. If it bounces off a fib level, then it goes down and breaks structure. Then you could jump down to like the 5 minute time frame and try to get a little zigzag on the sort of time frames to go short. Then you could write it down for a wave C. I would only recommend that if you had a Fibonacci bounce and a break of structure and went down to like a 5 minute time frame to get a little zigzag to go short. Otherwise, just keep on looking for logs, man. This thing is still higher low. It could go up and make another higher low. It could go up and make another higher low. Like the trend is your friend at all times. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it. Gold, Aussie Swiss, yeah, your dollar tomorrow, buy or sell. I don't know. I'll have a Yo Dollar video in the morning. I'll probably know a little better then, but I kind of think that the Yo Dollar is going to do something like this, and then I think it's going to go down again. I think it's going to go up and take out this high and then go down again. Maybe a little bit higher than that. It could go for these highs, but I think we're going up for either a wave B or a wave 2, and then we're going to go down for either a wave 3 or a wave C. This is either a wave A or a wave 1. I don't know. It could keep going down. The pound kind of looks like it. No, the pound wants to go up one more time too, I think. I would still be focused on sorts. I mean, this thing could literally just go up a little bit, take out some structure, and then just keep going down. So I would still be focused on sorts, definitely. Same thing on the pound dollar for the most part. I know the pound is still pretty strong, but to me, this is definitely a five wave trend. To me, this is definitely a 1, 2, 3 ABC. That's an expanding flat right there. And I think it's going to go down again. It's probably going to go up a little bit first, though. Probably going to go up and then down. But this has been a pretty good pair to continue to look for longs on, honestly. This keeps on going up. Pound is still very strong across the board. All the pound pairs are very, very strong still. I'm very, very bullish on the pound index. This right here is the pound index. Oops. This is the pound index on the monthly time frame. I think it's going to go up to at least one of these fib levels. I think we're just broke out. We're going up. So I think the pound is going to continue to be pretty strong over the next year or so, year and a half maybe. Pretty high time frame outlook, but that's definitely my outlook. There'll be plenty of pullbacks along the way though, so don't worry. There'll be plenty of chances to go long. Aussie dollar has done almost nothing all day. It's still several options on this thing. I still think it looks like possibly 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then continue the uptrend. That's option number one. Option number two is that this is just a big old ABC correction, and it's going to go down and make a wave C, which will take out the lower wave A. I definitely got multiple options, but either way, I think it's likely to go down again. No problem, buddy. Glad to help. It kind of looks like it already made an ABC on a fib level, so I don't know. I'm really hard to say whether it's going to go up or not because it did make it pulse it down. It does look corrective up. It kind of seems like in the Asian session it could break out, but a lot of times it'll do a stop hunt before it breaks out. That's why I'm not really sure if it's going to go down now or not. It could go up to the 61% or something before it goes down. It's definitely 5 waves down, and it definitely looks very corrective up. That's why I'm wondering if it's just going to make a lower high, or maybe it's just going to go up and take out these highs and then go down. Because it does look like a possible wave one, possible wave two. I don't know if it'll be ready tomorrow. Tune in. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so that way you don't miss out on my YouTube videos. In the morning, I'll have YouTube videos for the Euro dollar. And so that's definitely likely. Wave 5 down. You must be looking at a high time frame. You must be talking about like going down here and making a new low. Like this is a wave 5 and this is a wave 4. It's definitely possible. Especially if the dollar does turn up. It's actually pretty likely if the dollar turns up that it will go down and do that, if that's what you're talking about. I mean, the euro dollar, I don't know if it'll be ready in the morning or not. If it does something like this, then yeah, it probably will be ready. If not, then maybe it won't be. I don't know. Oh, we just keep on looking at the same pairs now. I just looked at the pound dollar. This looks like an A, this looks like a B, it looks like a C. It might end up drifting up a little bit more, but I think it's going to go down to one of these lower Fibonacci levels before it goes up again, potentially. So I would expect something along these lines. I think it's still an ABC personally, but it could turn into a 1, 2, 3, definitely. We definitely got to break a structure. We definitely got to pull back. It definitely looks like a flat. It looks like 3 waves up, 3 waves down, lower low, higher high. Definitely looks like a flat to me. So keep an eye out for that. Definitely. So, anyways, definitely make sure you join my free Discord channel. My Discord channel is 100% free to join. If anybody is interested in my website, it's fxpiccollector.com. Gets you access to a ton of educational information, and I do Zoom meetings every weekday except for Monday, where we look for trades together and analyze the market together. I do share every single trade I take with the group at the time of entry. That's why I call it learn and earn at the same time. If you want, just join, not join, but just click on the link and watch the little video right here. This right here is a video. If you watch that video, I explain all the benefits of being a member. But I like to call it learn and earn at the same time because hopefully while you're learning to trade by taking my trading course and doing what I recommend doing, which is maybe perhaps reading a couple of books and taking my trading course and watching all my educational information. Hopefully, while you're doing all that, you can actually earn a little bit too by following along with my trades. I spent most of March working on my business plan and my trade plan, and I plan on hitting it really hard in April. Um, I've been working on a lot of stuff with my trade plan and my business plan, so I'm ready to hit it hard this April. Start getting way more aggressive with my trading. And I do share every single trade I take with the members at the time of entry with stop losses and take profits and everything like that. So if you're interested, the website is fxspeculator.com. Definitely do check out my Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. I do these live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the same time, same place. But just keep in mind that I am changing my clocks on Sunday. A lot of people have already changed their clocks, especially if you're in America. So on Sunday, it's potentially going to be coming out at a different time because we're changing our clocks. So keep that in mind for next week. But anyways, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the evening. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.